The local authorities, they have been and they still are closely monitoring the local seismic activity on the Reykjavik Peninsula and near the town of Grindavik. As you mentioned, the town was evacuated on November 10th. And so I would say that we are basically just, waiting to see if an eruption happens and then exactly where.
Thousands of people have left Grindavik, which is next to the Blue Lagoon, after hundreds of earthquakes. Arnar Ólafsson is the Director General of the Icelandic Tourist Board. Arnar, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. What is the latest then from the area, first of all, around Grindavik? What is happening there today?
So today, there's actually not much happening. The local authorities, they have been and they still are closely monitoring the local seismic activity on the Reykjavik Peninsula and near the town of Grindavik. As you mentioned, the town was evacuated on November 10th. And so I would say that we are basically just, waiting to see if an eruption happens and then exactly where. Unfortunately, the scientists, they do not tend to agree on all things. So we're just waiting.
And so then, with that in mind, Arnar, are you seeing an impact on tourism? Clearly the Blue Lagoon closing must be having a huge impact on that particular attraction, yes, but the kind of local area as well. It is so popular.
Yes, I mean, the Blue Lagoon remains one of Iceland's main, tourist attractions. And they obviously, for safety measures, closed a few days ago. And so for the time being, the Blue Lagoon is cut out, so to speak, but the rest of Iceland is still, it remains open and very safe for tourists.
Remains open and very safe. So trips sort of continuing. Indeed, airlines saying they're still flying as normal until sort of otherwise instructed. I wonder if in some ways, Arnar, that this particular volcano and its, imminent eruption might in itself become something of a tourist attraction.
Yeah, good question. Well, we are actually no strangers to volcanic activity in this area. We've had 3 eruptions in the past 3 years, and we are expecting this eruption, if it happens, to be similar to the other ones we've had in the past 3 years. And all of them became very big tourist attractions, and the tour operators were scheduling tours to go see the flowing lava and so forth. So I mean, for regular people, seeing a lava eruption happening is not something that, the opportunity doesn't come every day. So the other eruptions in the past 3 years, yes, they did become tourist attractions. This one, it's hard to say at this point, but maybe.
Yeah. In terms of tourism, how was tourism affected after, we'll all remember the eruption in April 2010 of the volcano, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of, but this was the one that sort of shut down air travel for many days. And that would have had a huge impact, presumably, on Iceland's tourism industry. Now, I think the anticipation from scientists is that this eruption will not be anything like that, but it's interesting to consider what happened all those years ago and how Iceland had to recover.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to compare this eruption to the one in 2010. It was a totally different scenario, different kind of volcano, and we're talking about something completely different.